Welcome to the 10th ARWOW episode. I mean ARWOW for B. Last time, the prompt was how does someone get eliminated from ARWOW? If you want to gain a life, then you need to get first place. Yes, only first place gains a life now, but if you don't want to lose a life, you need to place in the top 6 contestants. The bottom 3 contestants lose a life, as you know. Before I forget, voting shoutouts. These are for those who voted on to 6 response pages or voted on the Mega 10 response page. Also, you can't vote numerically like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because that isn't fair voting, blah blah blah. Anyway, shoutouts go to contestant I Get Rickrolled Everyday for voting on the 10 response page. An eliminated contestant Jolly Rookie for voting on all 4 pages. At Weasel for voting on all 4 pages. At Jonha for voting on all 4 pages. At Nobody That You Know Lol for voting on the 10 response page. And at Meaty Pickle for voting on the 10 response page. Also, contestant Pizza Enjoyer voted on the 10 response page this round, but was supposed to get a shout out last round for voting, but I didn't see their vote. Anyway, time for the results. Final shout out of the episode goes to contestant Silly Circus for calculating the results without missing any votes, like me last round. You'll see percentages this round now because the results were calculated as percentage of responses beaten on average, instead of the average rank. So, who won ARWOW for? I am actually using a different method of results, where we spotlight each contestant one by one and tell them whether they're safe or if they lose a life. Since I, a 9676, won last round, that means I am up first. My response was, write gibberish, that's step 1. Then watch, and you're done. A pretty simple rhyme, in my opinion. How did I do? 49.11%, right under the 50% mark, not too bad. Anyway, next is FlyGamez. FlyGamez had 2 responses this round, but the better scoring one was trying too hard to prize. Alas, responders weep over wins. A good response that includes both alliteration and an acronym for ARWOW. This competition show thing. How did it do? 71% of responses beaten on average. A very good score, almost certainly enough to be safe. Pizza Enjoyer is up next. Their response was, contestants deemed not fit to compete after wisdom teeth removal. A good pun, and a funny take on the prompt. How did it do? 78.15%, even better than FlyGamez. Also, the green area is where you need to place to immediately be declared safe. Sigma is up next. Their response was, if you have no aura you get slayed. I don't know what to say about this one. 26.15%. The low score probably because of this response is being kind of like a joke. On the bright side, Pizza Enjoyer is guaranteed into ARWOW 5. Our AI contestant, Artificial Unintelligence, is up next. The AI response was, breaking rules, poor performance, disqualification, or missing deadlines. It makes sense, but didn't use the full 10-word limit. 32.96%. Not very good, but partially expected since the response didn't use all 10 words. Remember to use the full limit, otherwise you'll do poorly. FlyGamez is now safe into ARWOW 5. Next is Silly Circus. Silly Circus is up next. They responded with, by dodging the prompt. People vote with creativity, not simplicity. A pretty good response that addresses the prompt well. How did Silly Circus do? With a score of 62.59%. Silly Circus is the first contestant to immediately be declared safe. For Sigma to not lose a life, they need to have all 3 of the remaining contestants place below 26.15%. Next up is Despacito's 50 millionth liker, who will determine Sigma's fate this round. Despacito's 50 millionth liker responded with, well, if the host got powers then they'll vanish easily. Although it uses all 10 words, I don't think it's doing well due to not having proper punctuation. Like I expected, 27.59%. Although Sigma is guaranteed to lose a life now, they are not eliminated, but they are now on their last life. Despacito's 50 millionth liker, you are not out of the woods yet. As for you to not lose a life, both of the remaining contestants need to place below your score of 27.59% for you to not go down to 2 lives. Next up is I Get Rickrolled Everyday. They responded with, instead of rise by prize, he dies by losing lives. A 4-way rhyme. Very impressive. How did you do? 65%. Very good score. But now, on to our final contestant, Chalked Adrian C. We have now reached the final competitor of this round, Chalked Adrian C. They are up against the AI contestant Artificial Unintelligence. Since both them and the AI are on 1 life, whoever scores lower is automatically eliminated. they responded with, losing their sense of purpose, they disappear into the air. If their response beats 32.96%, then they're safe and the AI is out. If they don't beat 32.96%, then they are eliminated. Let's see the results. Chalked Adrian C barely scrapes by with 34.6%, beating the AI by less than 2%. But that means, our AI had a strong start with 6th in round 1, but fell down with 10th in ARWOW 2, and now a 7th place in this round was enough to finish the AI off. The 8 contestants remaining can now say that they are smarter than ChatGPT. I don't know what bragging rights that gets you, but I just wanted to say that. Here's the leaderboard as a picture. Also, FlyGamez, this is your 3rd second place in a row. How are you doing so well? Enough messing around. This episode is already 2 minutes longer than the 2nd longest episode so far, so let's spin the wheel. 10 words has been excluded from the wheel since it was picked this round. Seven words or fewer. Now, time to reveal the ARWOW 5 prompt.
It is, what can a robot do to act like a human? Respond before December 14, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. EST using the link in the description.